So who's your NFL team then?
Favorite NFL team is definitely the Seahawks. Russell Wilson.
Oh my God! Not again! Not again! Oh my God! You go from one to another bad. Come on. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're gonna be wrecking this season. That's my prediction for that.
Yeah, and hopefully it's not going to be because of Jamal Adams. Jeez, man. Oh, my God. I mean, two teams that I can't stand. I love Russell Wilson, by the way. I actually met Russell Wilson a couple of years ago. He's a nice guy, nice conversation. Not even an interview, just having a conversation with him about football, about sports. He's a big baseball fan, too. Grew up a Yankee fan, so we hit it off when we had a conversation. And believe it or not, he's a lot smaller in person than he does even look on the field. He looks even bigger on the field than he does in person. Crazy to say that, but he's not a big man. And fantastic quarterback, really fantastic, but not for Jamal Adams, that's for sure. Anyways, we are talking to Colorado punter, 5-star recruit, Ashton Logan. Now, Ashton, before we let you go, we asked some silly questions, and I'm sure our social media manager, Jillian, told you a couple of crazy questions that we like to ask. So are you ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for all the fans to get to know who you are, Ashton?
Yep, for sure.
By the way, I love the name Ashton because we have a player that was just drafted by the Jets, Ashton Davis. So I'm a fan of yours just because of your name, okay?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm going to be following you, man, because I every single kid that we talk to, we not only have a connection with, but I understand. And the one thing that I know about radio is I try to open you guys up in a different way than, a lot of people ask the same radio questions. Well, what do you think about punting? Or what do you think about going to Colorado? I try to get those out of the way and get into the real questions about your life, who you are. But before we get into those questions, who really pushed you to play football? And who has really been the drive for you to get this college scholarship and go play college football?
Yeah, so my father was the one who pushed me to get started in football in 7th grade, and went up to the team, and the coach asked, who could kick, so I raised my hand. That's how it all started in that regard. So I got to give credit to my father. But as far as who pushed me to start getting a scholarship and start working for that, my coach Aaron Perez, also known as the Punt Factory, played at UCLA, holds numerous school records there as a punter. He's amazing, and he's the one that really has built me as a punter and has really helped me with my technique and pushed me to really keep working harder and to ultimately earn a scholarship.
Well, I have a punting record here at the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. You know how far I can kick a ball?
How far?
20 yards. What do you think about that?
You know what? That's not bad.
Do I deserve a college scholarship? Would you give me a college scholarship if I kick 20? If I could kick it another 10, 15 yards, you think I can get a college scholarship like you?
If you can hang that ball a good 10 seconds with that distance, then maybe we can start talking with that.
Well, unfortunately, I can't throw a ball and I can't kick a ball, but I can catch a ball, and I was a good wide receiver in high school, and I was a very good corner. Actually, a sensational corner playing high school football, but I decided to stick with hockey, and that's why I was a top prospect of hockey. But who knows? I could have played in the NFL, as a corner. What do you think, Speedy? Not a chance.
Maybe.
Not a chance.
Well,
not a chance.
You're all the same person who claimed you have a bigger upper body than Justin talks.
Listen. First of all, and this guy has been bringing this up over and over again. I was at a golf tournament, okay? I was at the U.S. Open a couple of years ago, and I had the opportunity to interview Justin Tuck, okay? You ready, Ashton? I was standing right next to him. Now, Justin Tuck was not the same size he was when he played. He probably lost about 50, 60 pounds. So standing next to him, and if I had the picture in front of you, you would see my arms were practically the same size as his. I mean, in length, I wasn't. So obviously, the guy's like 6'3", 6'4", and I'm 5'10" at best. But at the time I was about 220 pounds, and Justin Tuck told me he was about 240, and he was 6'4". So yes, I believe that I was just as big as Justin Tuck's upper body, and he keeps making jokes about it. But I show the pictures. Pictures don't lie, Ashton. Pictures don't lie. So there you go. What are you going to say about that, Speedy?
Well, I will never believe that. for a second. I'll admit it was closer than I thought. I'm still not going to say it's bigger.
Well, you tell that to Justin. You did meet Justin a couple of months after that, so you had the opportunity. You should have asked him.
I wasn't there on that one.
Yes, you were. You were the video.
Oh, that was last year. Okay.
Yeah. You see this, Ashton? He's clueless.
The time you met him, I think
producer
at the golf was the year before.
Yeah, I said that a couple of months later, we met up with him again, and you could have asked him that same question, but you didn't. So that's your fault, okay?
Okay, but that was a year later.
That's your fault. You could have asked his wife, too. His wife probably would have thought that I looked practically the same size as him, too. I mean, she was checking my arms out. I know she was. Oh, God. Anyways, as you guys know, we are talking to Colorado punter recruit, 5-star recruit, Ashton Logan. So here we go. First question on the table is, what would you rather wear, boxers or briefs, and why? Be honest.
Briefs. No. Boxers. No. Boxers easily because, boxers are they're just better. I mean, why do I have to give a reason? It's just the obvious decision.
So you like them to hang. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes. I like
all right. That's okay. I mean, just be honest. But when you wear boxers, they do stick. So that's the problem here, man. So,
but tights a lot in practice, so I'm used to it sticking everywhere.
All right, so there you go. So we got another guy. Well, very few. There's very few boxer fans as far as my recruits that we've interviewed. We've interviewed probably 60 or 70 of you top 100 recruits going into 2001, 2022. So, and most of you guys went with boxer briefs. And some of you think that boxers are boxer briefs. I don't know. Some of you are a little lost. But that's just...
At least they're not as bad as Anthony and not knowing what it is at all.
Well, that's true, too. I mean, we've... Well, Devin Kirkwood, who I absolutely love, he was really, really funny with that answer. Remember that answer?
Yeah.
He told me that he'd wear boxers and briefs at the same time if he'd get him more gummy bears. So that's what he told me. So, I mean, I told him that if he has 3 to 4 interceptions in his first year of college football, I will send him 6 months' supply of gummy bears. So there you go, man. I'm trying to help you guys out. I'm trying to give you guys some... initiative to go out there and have a good season. Second question. Favorite snack to eat before a game and why?
You know what? I have a tie between Cheez-Its and Goldfish because, I just like the crunchiness for some snacks right before the game.
Speaking of Goldfish, have you ever tried to dip Goldfish in hot cheese? Have you ever tried that?
No, I have not.
I never heard of it either. He told another guest the same thing, and once I tried it, it was awesome.
I will tell you this, buddy, and I love Goldfish too. I'm a Goldfish champion. I go to BJ's. Well, I used to go to BJ's and buy the huge box, like the month's supply of it, and I would eat it in a week. Okay, I go through it, and what I would do is I would make my own cheese. I would get a bunch of Land O'Lakes cheese, and I would melt it in a pot. And people would be like, how do you melt Land O'Lakes? You can melt Land O'Lakes cheese in a pot. And I melt a whole pound of cheese. And then I dip the cheese. I dip the fish in the cheese. It's nothing like it, man. Nothing like it. I'm telling you right now, you do it, you'll never stop doing it. You'll say, you know what, that guy from the Worldwide Sports Radio, down to he's my new best friend. I've got a new snack to eat before games.
Hey, I'll give it a try. I'm going to take your word for it.
But
I'll try it pre-game.
Stay away from the hot cheese before the games because you might be on the bowl before the game. So.
Okay.
All right. I'm helping you out, man, because I don't want to see you run off the field or I don't want to see you like Mark Sanchez eating a hot dog on the sidelines, okay? I don't want to see that, okay? So I'm trying to help you here. Number 3, blondes or brunettes and why?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to go blondes, though. Just... in my experience down here, and my girlfriend actually, she's blonde, so I can't go with brunettes.
How long you been with your girlfriend?
A few months now. We've been talking for about a year now. So.
Really? Look at you, man. You're a pimp daddy too. Not only a 5-star recruit, he's a pimp. What's your girlfriend's name, man?
Kayla.
Shout out to Kayla, Logan's girlfriend of a couple of months. And I listen, man. You're going to Colorado. Is she going with you? Is she going to follow right behind you?
You know what? We're talking about that, but the good news is she's already in Colorado. That's where she lives. So
really, that's good for you. That's good for you. I like that, man. So, last question before we let you go. And this is the best one, all right? I am going to give you a bunch of women or guys, and I want you to put in 5 people. I want you to put in an order. Who would you go on a date from 1 to 5? Are you ready?
All right.
All right. I'm just trying to bring it up because I'm trying to figure out names and I'm losing. There's so many people. All right. First one. Nicole Kidman. Number two, Jennifer Lawrence. Number 3, Keira Knightley. Number 4, Speedy Petey. That's him right over here. Or number 5, Jamie Lee Curtis. In order from 1 to 5, who would you go on a date from 1 to 5?
Oh, I'm going to have to go Speedy first.
What is it?
Wow, 2 for 2.
Oh my God, man!
I never would have thought that.
How many? I've done this. This is the second time I put Speedy in the conversation, and every one of you, well, both of you said, and the other guy was a 5-star recruit, right?
I don't think so.
No, he's a 4-star recruit.
Yeah,
he was a 4-star.
I think he was a 4-star recruit.
Yes.
I'm surprised that any of them picked.
So you would date Speedy over all the other people?
You know, if I had socks on, if you know what that is.
I know what it is.
We're not getting into socks again. Last time that happened, that was a weird ending to the show.
All right, so Speedy, number 1. Number 2?
I'm going to have to go Nicole.
Nicole Kidman. Okay, number 3?
I'm going to have to go Keira Knightley, 3rd. And then Jennifer Lawrence was the last one.
No, Jamie Lee Curtis and Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis, 4. And then Jennifer Lawrence 5.
Wow, you put Jennifer Lawrence 5? Wow, man. And she's really the closest thing to blonde out of all those women. So this is a blonde man, and he decided to put the blonde at number 5. And he decided to go number 1 with Speedy, unfortunately. Yeah. I would put Speedy at number 5, really deep at number 5. Maybe I would decide maybe not even to get a number 5 because I don't want to deal with Speedy. I mean, going on a date with this guy, he's a cheap date, first of all. So that's good for you. He's a cheap date, but he talks too much. So that would probably scare you.
Yeah, also the fact he may talk about some New York Giants would scare me as well.
Oh, you don't like the Giants, huh?
I'm not a big Giants fan either.
Well, we have nothing to say to the Seahawks. The Seahawks have notoriously owned the Giants. So I guess in that sense, you have an advantage there. And again, the Giants haven't been good in a long time. But beyond that, in a very interesting random grudge as a Seahawks fan, obviously your top rivals are probably different with the 49ers and the Rams and teams like that, but interesting.
I can't root against Russell Wilson. I won't root against Russell Wilson. But because Jamal Adams is on that team and listening to him say, write a story after he was traded from New York to Seattle stating that to the Jet fans that he appreciates the Jet fans bringing him in as a part of the family, that I'll miss you and all that stuff. And all of a sudden come out in an interview stating that when he heard he was traded to Seattle, he cried with happiness and tears. So knowing that, I can't stand Jamal Adams. And unfortunately, he's playing on the same team as Russell Wilson. So I'm rooting against him. I'm sorry for your team.
That's pretty painful to hear, but, I'll get over it eventually.
I figured, I do kick the ball for 20 yards, so that's a good thing, right?
You got to start somewhere. I started there, too. So.
Well, what I want to do is when you become an NFL player and you get drafted by it won't be the Jets because the Jets already drafted a punter. Maybe the New York Giants, who you can't stand. You can teach us a little bit about punting. How's that sound?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll look forward to that.
And listen, if you ever come here to New York and you do get drafted and you have the opportunity to come here to New York, we would love to show you around, you and your girlfriend. There's beautiful wineries out here in Long Island, but the city's beautiful. I'm sure you've heard of New York City. I bet you've never been there.
No, yeah, I've been there. I was going to get a couple for recruiting me, but never got the time. And obviously I'm with Colorado now, but I definitely wanted to see it out there. It sounds nice.
Well, we would love to show you around. So whenever you have the opportunity to come out here in New York, we will definitely hit you up. We would love to get you back on the show when the season starts. If the season starts, we would love to get you on and talk a little football, Colorado football with you. And we'll stay in touch, man. We'll watch you grow. And hopefully in the future, you're playing in the NFL, my friend.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me.